Idaho Matters podcast is brought to you by St. Luke's On-Demand Virtual Care, which allows patients to see a provider from their home using a computer or smartphone with on-demand care for common ailments, such as a cough, sore throat, or a sinus issue. More information at stlukesonline.org.
Do you ever feel like you just don't have the time to sit down and read the news every morning? Sometimes things get so hectic you can't even scroll through your feeds while you're trying to get ready. A podcast from Boise State Public Radio has you covered. I'm George Prentice, and I want to invite you to check out The Connector every weekday morning. You can get up to speed on all of the Idaho news you need to start your day without ever interrupting your morning routine. All you have to do is hit play. That's The Connector from Boise State Public Radio. Find it wherever you get your podcasts.
From the studios of Boise State Public Radio News, I'm Gemma Gaudette. This is Idaho Matters. The City Club of Boise is recognizing one of our community's true change makers. Bea Black, the longtime CEO of the Women and Children's Alliance, is this year's recipient of the Stimpson Award for Civic Engagement. Bea has spent almost 2 decades leading efforts to help Idaho families find safety, healing, as well as hope, with many saying her leadership has made Boise a stronger and more compassionate place. And we're lucky enough to have Bea joining us today, along with Dr. Vanessa Fry, the board president of City Club of Boise. I want to welcome both of you to the program.
Thank you. It's so great to be with you.
Thanks, Gemma. Great to be back.
And Bea, a big congratulations on this recognition. What does receiving the Stimpson Award mean to you personally?
I was actually quite moved and very humbled. On a personal level, one of the things that was very meaningful to me is that Dottie Stimpson was a member of my Rotary Club. And so I personally knew her and her husband, Ed. So that is just a personal connection that made it even more special for me.
So Vanessa, for folks who aren't familiar, remind us who City Club is. What is City Club?
Thanks for that, Gemma. Yeah, City Club of Boise, we're a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization, and our goal is to bring people together to have community conversations. We really try to root those conversations in civility, and we talk about local, state, and national issues that matter. And what we like to say is they matter now more than ever.
Mm-hmm. And Bea mentioned Dottie Stimpson, and the award is the Stimpson Award. So Vanessa, talk to us about the Stimpson Award, but first, tell us about Dottie and why this award is so important.
Yeah, so Dottie and her husband, Ed, were the founders of City Club 30 years ago, Gemma, in 1995. And they really believed that any problem could be solved if they could bring people together with open minds and to promote civil discourse. They really thought that things could happen if people started listening and talking to one another. And so in order to honor them, both Dottie and Ed, we wanted to create this Stimpson Award for Civic Engagement, and really proud this year to honor Bea. She's such a mentor to so many of us women in the community, and she's done so much for the state.
And Vanessa, what led City Club to decide to honor Bea this year?
So the way that we select award recipients is we have nominations that come in, and then past board presidents and the current president review those nominations, and then ultimately select the person to be honored. And it was really clear that Bea was the woman of the hour to honor this year. We were so excited to have her nomination, and we've all really respected her work.
Bea, I want to talk to you a little bit more about your time with the Women and Children's Alliance. You've been there for going on 17 years, almost 2 decades. What stands out to you most when you look back on that time?
There are a couple of things. One is that we were able to expand our shelter thanks to the generosity of our community. So we did have a capital campaign. Something that happened early on for me, which was very meaningful, is that we celebrated our 100th year. The organization was founded in 1910 as the YWCA, and I claim all of that history because the community, this organization has served our community and women in our community since 1910. So to be part of the process of celebrating that centennial and learning even more about the history was very special. And then I think the third thing is coming in as someone who didn't know about the issues of really know and understand the issues of abuse and violence and sexual assault and how prevalent they were. Being able to use my connections and my ability to communicate and to what I call translate. Here's the need, here are the issues, and to be able to take that into a broad base that I had built over years in the community, that has been especially meaningful to me.
How have you seen awareness and understanding of domestic abuse along with sexual assault change, not just in our community, but really nationwide since you've been at the helm of the Women and Children's Alliance?
So, Vanessa, just to say, maybe put some words in your mouth, is I feel like there are more people reaching out for help. So we see that in two ways. We have a lot of folks calling our hotline. We have and have had for many months, many years, a growing list of folks that are reaching out for counseling. And personally, I don't know that incidents have increased, but I do think that the messaging that has come out from the organization throughout the community has helped make people feel more comfortable to reach out. And I think that's a good thing, because knowing that there is help when you're ready, I think that's a very important piece.
Mm-hmm. And Dottie, you're planning on retiring in 2026. So what are you hoping the future holds for the Women and Children's Alliance and all of the people that serve it, but all of the people who use its services as well?
So I have a great board. I have 25 board members. They are all very passionate about the work that we do. And given the fact that they have known now for months that I'm retiring, they have very thoughtfully put together a process where they are giving themselves time to cast the net and to do the screening, do the interviewing. And I am very excited. I think that what I hope my legacy is that I've left a strong foundation, and that new and creative ideas potentially can come in. It's time for someone else to take the leadership, and I think the organization and I think the community can be better off for that. So, we're all replaceable, right? My hope is just to have left it in a place where now the next person can take it to an even greater level.
And Vanessa, let me bring you back into the conversation. Bea is going to be awarded the Stimpson Award this afternoon in a ceremony. And this year's theme of the program is Women Helping Women. Talk to us about why you decided to choose that theme and really how it fits into all of the work that Bea has done over the years.
Definitely. Bea is one of the humblest leaders I've ever met. And what we like to do when we honor someone with this award is we really like to work hand in hand with them. Not everyone likes to be honored in the same way. And much to Bea's humble nature, she wanted to make sure that women serving women was a theme and wanted to allow not only her to shine this afternoon and evening, but really to look at women of the past here in Idaho who have helped each other and helped the communities that they've lived in. And so tonight we'll be honoring those women and then also Bea. So really her generosity continues to extend to all of those in the state and the people that those of us that are leaders, that are women, are able to build off of the amazing opportunities they've allowed us to have here in Idaho.
And Bea, why was it important to, bring in these other women, right? And make it about women honoring other women and helping other women?
So I really appreciate that question. I think that sometimes we get so caught up in the things of today and the busyness of our personal lives that we forget to look back and think about some of the changes that have come about because of one individual's passion and interest. And it's like the ripple effect of individuals who have been involved in the issues of human rights, who have been involved in the issues of philanthropy, and then for our own organization, really following their passion about engaging and serving victims of sexual assault, abuse, domestic violence. It's really saying, we as individuals, we may not be able to do everything, but each of us can do something, and you never know when that something is going to inspire passion in others, and they're going to come along beside you or after you and make it even so much bigger than you ever thought it could be.
Well, Bea, I have to say, usually when someone gets an award, they don't say let's honor 3 other people. The work that you're highlighting of these 3 other women is really notable. As you mentioned, human rights. So Marilyn Schuler, Laura Moore Cunningham when it comes to philanthropy, and Joyce Stein when it comes to the rights of women. Why in particular did you want to highlight those 3 women? And maybe that's a question for Vanessa as well, but I'm just really curious about that.
Yeah, I can start with that, Gemma, and that's a really good question. There are so many women that have become before BNI in Idaho. It was really difficult to select those that we wanted to highlight, and I think you really differentiated the different contributions they made, and so we wanted to make sure to demonstrate that women in Idaho, women leaders, have had broad contributions across the spectrum, and I think that the selection of the 3 women that we did as a committee really highlights the impact that women have had in the state.
And Vanessa, City Club describes this award, the Stimpson Award, as honoring those who bring people together to make Boise better. I'm curious, Vanessa, about how City Club does that throughout the year, and then highlighting someone like Bea with this award.
Yeah, that's a great question, Gemma. So throughout the year, we have a number of signature events. Some of you listening may have heard about the Pundits Forum that we have every January that really highlights what we're going to have as far as expectations for the coming legislative session. We also hold forums about really important topics that we all want to know about. We're having an upcoming forum about money in politics, the influence of money in politics. And so what we like to do throughout the year is hold space to bring experts in panel a discussion in a very civil way about issues that matter today and that are going to impact our future here in the state. And so we do that through the forums. We also have tour salons and after hours. And right now we're also trying to engage the younger population, the up and coming leaders with new programming. So we're really excited about that.
And Bea, before I let you go, as I mentioned, you're planning on retiring soon. What's next after retirement?
So I'm still here through June of next year. So I am, have a team to support. We got work to do, and it's going to be a busy rest of the year. But I am looking forward to doing some traveling with my husband before we get too much older. And I have 3 grandchildren that I want to spend a lot more time with.
Well, congratulations again, Bea, and looking forward to this evening's ceremony honoring you. We've been speaking with Bea Black. She is the CEO of the Women and Children's Alliance, as well as Dr. Vanessa Fry, the board president of City Club of Boise. Bea will be honored later this evening with the City Club of Boise Stimpson Award for Civic Engagement. You've been listening to Idaho Matters from Boise State Public Radio. I'm Gemma Gaudet.
Sources and methods, the crown jewels of the intelligence community. Shorthand for how do we know what's real? Who told us? If you have those answers, you're on the inside, and NPR wants to bring you there. From the Pentagon to the State Department to spy agencies, listen to understand what's really happening and what it means for you. Sources and Methods, the new national security podcast from NPR.